In the Essential Buddhist Prayers Gold Prayer Book, if you please turn to page 34. If you have the white binder rather than the gold prayer book, just go to the page that's titled Kadampa Center Prayers. And we'll start with chanting Shakyamuni Buddha's mantra 3 times. Tayata Om Mune Mune Mahamunaye Soha. Tayata Om Mune Mune Mahamunaye Soha. Tayata Om Mune Mune Mahamunaye Soha. And now we'll read Medicine Buddha's stanza and mantra. For those with the white binder, it's on the blue sheet on the left-hand side. Bhagawan, with equal compassion for all, whose name, when merely heard, dispels the suffering of the lower realms, dispeller of disease and the 3 poisons, I prostrate to Medicine Buddha, lapis light. So we'll chant this 7 times. Teyata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Radza Samukate Soha. Teyata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Radza Samukate Soha. Teyata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Radza Samukate Soha. Teyata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Radza Samukate Soha. Teyata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Radza Samukate Soha. Teyata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Radza Samukate Soha. Teyata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Radza Samukate Soha. Now let's read the 4 immeasurables in English 3 times. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends and hatred for enemies. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends and hatred for enemies. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends and hatred for enemies. I'll turn to page 37, and at the bottom of the page you see 2 mantras. So the first mantra, Chenrezig, is the Buddha of Great Compassion, and then Green Tara is the deity of enlightened activity. So let's do 8 of Chenrezig's and 7 of Green Tara's mantra. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Tare Tu Re Soha. 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 No story. No story. Okay, the children are welcome to go to the classes. Thank you.
Good morning. How's the weather? So the mantra we just recite, the first mantra, it's called Medicine Buddha mantra. Medicine Buddha mantra. According to Tibetan medicines, Tibetan medicine practice, also like all the Tibetan physicians, say they do practice medicine Buddha practice before they see the patients. They they do healing practice before they see the patients. They do this part of their practice, part of their practice. So all the Tibetan physicians knows this, the healing practice, medicine Buddha practice. All our physical problems, very much related to our thought, our mind. According to Tibetan medicine practice, which has thousands of years of history, so pretty much based on the medicinal plant, no chemical, medicinal plant, all kind of plants, collected from Himalayan mountains. So anyway. We do talk about healthy body, healthy mind. So what this practice does, this practice helps to heal physical problem, also to heal mental problems. So I don't mean, when I say mental problem, I don't mean crazy. So mental problem is all the disturbing thought, all the disturbing thought is considered as a mental problem. All the disturbing thought is considered as a mental problem. So, therefore, life become more complicated. Because of disturbing thought, not because of the countries or because of the. We always look something to blame outside. So for our problems. So that's not according to Buddhist practice. That's not where you find the solutions. You don't find solutions from outside. You find solutions within mind. So, no, self-centered, how is it? Self-centered attitude, self-centered attitude. My way, highway. That attitude needs to. That's the way all the blame should go. On that, not like someone else, countries, systems, the presidents, or then so including myself, we do that all the time, so we do that all the time. Therefore, life has always been complicated. So this medicine Buddha practice, or healing practice, so to produce healthy mind, healthy body, to produce healthy mind. Healthy mind, why mind has not been healthy? Because of these three poisons. Three poisons which is considered as a disease or sicknesses or disease. Attachment, anger, ignorance. Attachment, anger, ignorance. This is considered as a disease. So, of course, when we have physical problem, we look for cure. So the same, if we discover mental problem, then we should also find the cure too. Not just physical problems. So anyway, so so there are also one question here, so maybe related to that. mantra is called nga. Tibetan word is called nga. The mantra, that's part of Sanskrit word, mantra. Sacred word. So much energy has been put into that. The person who created that mantra, so much energy is put in there. Sacred mantra. So definition of mantra is not like something that you say again. News people, sometimes they also say mantra. Do you hear? Probably they have no clue. They have no clue about the meaning of the mantra. Mantra is not something they, of course, mantra you do say again and again. Doesn't mean you say again and again become mantra, So otherwise, pizza can be mantra. Pizza, you can say again and again. So then, that's not mantra. The meaning of the mantra, yi kyop, protect your mind. That's the definition of mantra. Protect your mantra. Also not mantra. Protect the pizza. That's the meaning. That's it. Protect your mind. Yi kyop. Yi, mind. Kyop means protect. Protecting your mind, that is the definition of mantra. See, it's not something that you said again and again. That doesn't mean mantra. So now here, in this case, so you are protecting your mind from these three poisons, which is considered as a disease: ignorance, attachment, anger, or hatred. So, rangi chiwo, rang means yourself, chiwo means crown, rangi chiwo, sanje means loss. That's where we visualize, the healing, figure, what is called medicine Buddha. So there, right there you see, dark blue. Or you can just visualize, bright, dark blue color. Top of your crown. Then all the figure should be the form of light. It's not like solid, form of light. Of course, then according to the practice itself, you visualize 7 different healing figures, top of each. So, but you should know, they are going to fall down. There's like form of light. It's not like, putting like solid things. So you visualize that. So first, start with the medicine Buddha itself. If you can visualize as a form of medicine Buddha, that's good. If not, visualize some dark, bright blue light which symbolize the healing energy. So then, actually, when you look at the medicine Buddha, the image, it's like one hand holds like some kind of plant. Maybe is there a plant there? Yeah, it's made in Mongolia. If it's not plant there, maybe plant is eaten by goat. Because this tanga is made in Mongolia. So that plant is like medicinal plant. So then you see the baking bowl there. Inside, just I'm looking in the book, so that I don't know how to translate. There's like amrita. In Sanskrit, it's called amrita. It means like nectar. It holds nectar. So. The first one is called immortality nectars. Chiwameva said this. Immortality nectars, which has has a direct impact on our lifespan. Chiwameva said this. Nawameva menji this. Then the nectar of medicine, medicinal nectars. This for the sake of knowledge. So the next time somebody asks, you can say something rather than making up something. You can say, so if somebody asks you what is tangas, you can say, oh, that tanga is, for the healing practice, purpose of healing practice. The plant is a medicinal plant. The begging bowl is not empty. There's like nectars called amrita. There's not 4 or 3, I don't remember exactly, but there's like first one is immortality nectar. Chiwameba sei duji, nawameba menji duji. The nawameba menji duji means nectar of medicinal nectar. Nawameba menji duji. You can look at Google. You can Google them. It's easy. You can Google, it's fine. Maybe you'll find the right one or wrong one. I'm not sure, but you'll find something. Then Seba meba ishik duji means unexhaustible. Or not inexhaustible nectars. Or Seba meba ishik duji. Seba meba ishik duji. Then one I don't remember. Anyway, so maybe there's 4 there, maybe there's only 3. So when you do practice, you visualize top of your crown, you visualize this bright, dark blue light. All the people you can think of, your family, your relatives, your pet, whomever you're thinking, going through difficulties, you can visualize all of them surrounding you, surrounded by you. Surrounding you, visualize. So then, then you say mantra, Teata ombekaze bekaze, man bekaze bekaze, ranza samukade. So you say that mantra. Then simultaneously, nectar flows. All these 3 types of nectar, or maybe 4 types of nectar flows, like laser beam. Oh, so then burn everything. All the physical problem, mental problem is burned or purified. The mantra is considered a sacred word. It has power. So even though you think, oh, I don't have any power, maybe it's not going to help. No, that's wrong. The practice itself has power. If you do that, it will benefit. So then you can say the mantra before you eat or drink. You can say blow, or then you can say before you take your medication. You can say blow. There is like as a especially if somebody has high blood pressures, minimize. So it has proof. it minimizes. So, so that's the healing practice. I just want to introduce slowly. Sunday, there's most people come here, even though we have Wednesday night class. There's like, we kind of try to learn go to a little bit deeper of Buddhism, so there's less people. Sunday, more people come. So, so then slowly, I'll introduce, different types of practice. If you are interested, healing practice. So then at the end, then that healing power dissolve into yourself. Healing power dissolve into yourself. So then purify ne sicknesses, disease, the obstacles created by visible beings or created by invisible beings. So there are beings that we don't see. There are many different types of beings around, but we don't see them. Doesn't mean they don't exist. They do exist. Oh. Even the human. So we are not only human on this planet. There are 3 different realms of human realms. We don't see them. That doesn't mean they don't exist. They do exist. Oh. We are one of them. We are one of them. So there are probably many. So, so now eventually scientists are talking about as a 3-dimensional universe. What they call? Multiple universe or something like that. Huh?
Parallel universe, string.
Yeah. I think one person asked Chunde Rinpoche, probably some of you met here, Chunde Rinpoche did come here. So some of the monks from monastery, now he's teaching in Australia, he did ask Chunde Rinpoche, so many things explained, so many different types of universe. Universe is been explained in the Buddhist teachings. He was wondering, he asked Chunde Rinpoche, do they really exist? So Chunde Rinpoche's answer is now scientists has to, like, they did not reach the last, they need to improve. Science needs to be improved. It's not like, there's no question about whether they exist or not exist, simply because science don't see them. Science needs to improve. Eventually, they will discover it. They will discover it, maybe based on machines, or I'm not sure what, like. So ne means sicknesses, sicknesses. Then de means is like obstacles created by visible being, invisible beings, purifies. Okay, they do dig deep. The bad feelings, dig deep, bad feelings, negative karma, everything purifies. So this is if you are interested, that's how the practice has been done. Visualize bright blue light top of your crown. So then while you're saying the mantra simultaneously, nectar flows like laser beams. So then purify all the sicknesses, obstacles, or like bad feelings, so then, like negative actions been completely purified. Not just yourself, then all the people you are visualizing around you. So then it's become productive meditation rather than just sitting there, sitting here but going to the flea market. Body is here, then mind is going around the flea market. So then, this is it's just called sitting. It's not really meditation. So, so that's, maybe every Sunday we should do that. Then it benefits. Okay, so it benefits. So, and people, when we say, like, just hearing the name, of, like the healing figures purifies. Eliminate 3 poisons, which is considered sicknesses, eliminate. So, now you don't see here, but in Asia, people do wear this lapis, what's called lapis? Huh? Lapis lazuli? Yeah, lapis lazuli. That word is a little bit complicated for me to say. levels. So they were here, they were, because that color, the color. Therefore, in the altar, in the monastery, all the back of the altar has been painted bright blue. It's kind of, like healing. Healing. The color is like I'm healing. Oh, so that's why they wear. They cherish that stone. They wear. So long time ago. So, like in 1991 or 92, I was in Switzerland with some of my friends, and one of them is like color therapies. That time I have no clue at all. I thought it's kind of crazy. I did really thought it's kind of. Then she has office, and there's like hundreds of different types of colors, and she's doing like color therapies. So people pay a lot of money to come there, to color therapy. So then I say, oh, this is just ridiculous. And I thought this doesn't make sense. How you heal people through color? So now, when you think about medicine for the practice, yeah, color does have, does possess healing. Healing has energy. Oh yeah. So then that's it. Then, maybe before I read the question, please, would you mind to take like one moment to introduce to yourself, each other? So then after that, I will read these questions, or a few questions. Oh yeah, thank you. So I will read these three questions. I think this is good. I will highly encourage you to ask questions. Ask questions doesn't mean I have all the answers, but ask questions. Then through Q&A, so then rather than based on one book's particular books, then the books, then it goes on and on. Then people get bored. If you ask questions, so then that's the probably best way to to have like discussions about practices. Okay.
How do we give you those questions?
Or just yeah.
Who do I give it to? You? I'll take a moment to explain something.
Yeah.
So
Encourage.
you can always come and ask me on Sunday morning. And if you don't see me out in the big desk that's right across from the door, the concierge desk, there's a, on the front part where there are different things hanging, there are forms, questions for Geshe, and you can either put them on his table, give them to me, or put them in a little red box if you're here sometime besides Sunday morning. Those are all good ways. Or you can email me. Or tell Jill.
I'm sorry, I was looking at this. You can email them on the website. There's a place for questions.
Yeah, there's also a place for questions on the website.
Even though question is on my desk, but it's for all of us. If I cannot answer, then it falls in your bag. Some of the question is based on the textbook, so I can quite easily answer that because that I already learned. So that doesn't mean that I have experience. I just learn. So now the first one here, please would you translate into the English the mantra Teyata Omune Mune Mamune. So that's the mantra, Shakyamuni Buddha mantra we chant every morning here. Some of you may wonder why we chant mantra. I'm trying to come up with something that I don't have to talk. Until I don't have to say anything, but don't have to has the receiving benefit without saying word, without me saying, talking. So that's I come up with this idea. Especially these kids. So now the kids learn Tara mantra, Shakyamuni Buddha mantra, Compassion Buddha mantra is very good. So I don't have to say anything. They just said. Now when you look at them, they recite. So, and maybe that's why it's very hard to teach them, because of course when you are that age, it's not easy. It's the same, So so then receiving them benefit without saying much, So that's why one idea why we recite this mantra. So then, reciting mantra, and how often we say the same word. How often we say? How often? Let's say 100 people. How often we say the same word? We don't say. Probably once a while. I'm not sure what can that word be. What word you say altogether? Besides mantra, I don't know. So I don't know what it was. Anyway, collective consciousness. When we all say together the sacred mantra, it generates so much power, benefits. The benefits. So there's the how is it? Teyata Omune Mahamune Soha. That's the mantra of Shakyamuni Buddha, founder of the Buddhism. So, Teyata, it's like likewise. Likewise. Is it correct? Oh, yeah. How you say? Like? Or likewise. So, there's probably people here, most people are doing yoga, so you probably heard this word many times. But Tibetan, this is the you see. But it looks pretty much same like the Sanskrit, Sanskrit, but Tibetan letters copy based on the Sanskrit. This is called here. You see there's 3 letters. The first one here, the big one, symbolizes body, A. So then looks like mustache. So that symbolizes U, symbolizes speech. Then the round one, that symbolizes mind. So then 3 letters become Om. A, U, Ma. A, U, Ma become Om. When you say Om, you are thinking about body, speech, and mind. Om. So, also there's another sacred word. Believe it or not, saying just word Om, there's a lot of benefit, It protects, benefit, the main benefit is to protect your mind. Protect your mind. That's the definition of mantra. Om. So, your body, speech, mind, and the body, speech, and mind, body, speech, and mind of Buddha. Idea is to become one. Become one, pure, pure, become one. Om. Teyata, likewise, Teyata, Om. Mune, Mune means, as a tuba. Tuba? How you talk Mune? What is the Mune, meaning of Mune? Someone of you remember? Huh? See. Mune means tuba. Tuba means, like, say, here is not like mundane battles, not battle with the disturbing thought. You kind of conquer disturbing thought. Then that's the meaning of the tuba. Means concord, tuba, concord. What? Disturbing thought. They are the mune, tuba. That's first one because afflictions, klesha in Sanskrit, afflictions. When you look at in the textbook, there's so many different types of afflictions, klesha. Sanya took 6 root afflictions. Sanya to 20 secondary afflictions. There's many of them, many of them. It's not just one. So some of them obscure you to achieve liberations. So then first, they are mune, first mune, concord. So so tuba, so concord. The first one is like concord of obscurations that mainly obscure you to achieve liberations. Second one is obscure you to achieve the full enlightenment. That's why there's 2 of them. They are the mune, mahamune. So maha, Mahatma Gandhi. Maha means, great. Great. Mahamudra, Mahasiddhi, Mahatma Gandhi. Also Maha means, means great. Mahayana, the great vehicle. Maha means great. Then great, I say concord, or whatever you say. So that, Soha. Huh? No, last one, Soha. So maybe there's a mix of little likes, like, or like that, likewise, or like that. No? So be it like that, okay? So that's the first question. So whoever asked, and thank you very much. So so now here, the second one, then third one. No? I'll keep this is the last one, so then we need to discuss. So now, how does saying mantra benefit our mind? As I said, when you look at the definition of mantra is protect your mind. You have to be mindful. You can't just, like mumble the word. You might get some benefit, but if you think about the meaning of the mantra, protect your mind. As I said, the mantra is sacred word. So so, when you say it, I don't have experience. I don't have experience at all. But when you say it, I do say a mantra. When you say it, in the end, you can't just you can like everybody wish to feel good, right? Everybody wish to feel good. Everybody wish to feel happy. But that happiness doesn't come from nothingness. It just comes from something. We need to do something in order to feel good. Otherwise, then everybody. If the happiness come from without cause and conditions, then everybody should be happy. Everybody should be happy all the time. Why that's not happening? It produces happiness that it's produced by thinking, or maybe saying the sacred word. See, there's one person. So he went to see lamas, and he was this kind of like renowned, famous lama. So he went there maybe with a thought, maybe I should ask him some sacred mantra to say. And he went there, and he has big nose. So what do you call this? Some nose has there's so many like pimples. Not the pimples, like kind of like three-dimensional pimples. Or, some people get here, some people it's kind of like it's it's not just pimple, like flat. It's like the solid one. Huh? Yeah. It's very interesting. So that reminds me another story. So if you don't mind me to tell, there's one monk in the monastery. Sometimes you have to eliminate the cause. If you don't eliminate the cause, moving things here, there doesn't change. For example, there's one monk. He's from Tibet. And he has something here, big one. What do you call mold?
A mole or a wart, probably a mole.
Yeah, big one.
Yeah.
But he has hair. It doesn't look good, but he has hair. It kind of covers, when hair grows. The monks, when you put your hand like this, if the hair comes out of here, it's time to cut. You are not allowed to, according to Vinayaka Sutras, you are not allowed to keep your hair above here. When it's coming out here, it's time to cut. Unless if you're doing lifelong retreat, then you don't need to worry. So that's why they have hair like all this long. No need to worry. That's called the hair of the retreat, and you have no time to cut it up. That's exceptions. So he has these big things on his head. Then it doesn't look that great, So it's better to not to have that one, but he already has one. So did some treatment. Treatment eliminated that. It's gone. Now it's eliminated. All of a sudden it comes here. Now it's here. Now there's no hair to cover. It's very interesting, So like, if you don't eliminate the cause, doesn't mean moving here, but it'll probably appear here or here. Then it's too late. There's nothing to cover. Anyway, so that monk has the big nose and all this different. So you remember, like rosary, there's many different types of rosary. One is called Raksha. Raksha, that's kind of like, not even, it's kind of like, how you say, yeah, beads that has a lot of like, same like this. Huh? Yeah, Raksha is called, it's called Raksha. Huh? So then monks came to Lama and requesting the mantra, sacred mantra. Lama said, your nose looks like Raksha. Your nose, so nose looks like Raksha. They mean like that beads, like. He thought that's a mantra. He thought that Lama taught him mantra. Then he keeps saying that, my nose, your nose looks like Raksha. Apart this is saying that. Somehow then Lama got some kind of infection in his throat inside, some kind of like pimple. Then it has a lot of pus and blood, something like that. So did all kind of the medicine doesn't help. So then attendants say, oh, in that town there's one man who's saying this mantra and very powerful, he's healing a lot of people. So should I invite him here? So Lama said, yes, no, maybe we can try. So then he invited, and turns out that the very monks there who comes to ask him to mantra. So then when he said the mantra, Lama just laughed. When he laughed out of burst, how is it?
Burst out laughing.
Huh?
Burst out laughing.
Yeah, burst out laughing. All of a sudden the pimple got burst too, and he was healed. That when he's saying that my nose looks like Raksha, that's what he's saying. It's not mantra. So you never know. Never knows. Causes and conditions. Never knows. Causes and conditions. So then, like the how is the Kuri is like there's one deity, particular deity called Kuri. Kuri. That mantra you should supposed to recite the mantra like Om Kili Kili, Kili Kili, not Chili Chili. Kili Kili. That's how you pronounce correctly. Kili Kili. One person is pronouncing incorrectly, not saying Kili Kili, saying Chili Chili. So then somebody notice that he's saying incorrectly, then say, oh, no, you are saying the mantra incorrectly. That's not how you say. You say, Kili Kili, no Chili Chili. And he told him, come here, I'll show you. Whether I pronounce correctly, incorrectly, Then he has this piece of, what do you call this? Pulpa. Piece of metal, so that yogi, they they keep that, for their practice. Kind of like short sword. Dagger. So he has that, and he took him near to the rock, big piece of rock. He said, look at, hold this, and he pronounced incorrectly. Chili, pushed, and it went inside the rock. So that's the mantra I've been saying, whether it's correct, pronounced correctly, incorrectly, that's the mantra I said. Then, so it's all on the mind. It's in the mind. So now this question is two-part. So now, how does saying the Heart Sutra benefit us? Very good question. So Heart Sutra, when you look at the subject, the main subject is emptiness. And as I said this little bit last Sunday, what is the source of our problem? What is the source? What is the source of our problem?
Ignorance.
So, do you agree with him? What is the source? Why we have problem? Why? Not because we wish suffering. No, nobody wish suffering. Why we wish?
The ego?
Ego. Ignorance, ego.
Wrong values.
Huh?
Wrong values.
Wrong values. Oh, that's interesting. Wrong values. So,
You always say,
government, neighbors, or neighbors like what is the machine that cut grass? What do you call? Neighbors lawnmower. What is the source of all the problems? So, ignorance, ego. Now the question is, what is ego? What is ego? Is body? Or is brain? What is ego? So now, what you said?
Wrong values.
Can you please explain what you mean? Wrong value means?
Well, we appreciate a lot of things that are worldly.
Oh.
Okay. I said wrong values. So they're a problem for us because we appreciate the things of the world. We appreciate and we wrap our identity up in those things that are mine, and so I make my identity based on the things that I have, and I value those things: my house, my car, my new toys, and my new whatever our long cherished desires, and we value those things more so than our spiritual life, more so than our transcendence, more so than our sangha, and sometimes, and it's all mixed up, but we want to change the way we value things, and we want to value the right things more than we value the wrong things.
That's interesting, because the reason I said interesting because I never heard that before, so that's why. Sometimes people, they say interesting doesn't mean they have no interest, right? They say, oh, they give you some new food, then say, how is taste? Interesting. So that means it's not so. It's not so. So when I say I never heard that, that's why I've said interesting. In Mexico, they said interesting. That means they have no interest. Interesting means it's not really interesting. That's why they say it's interesting. So, Mr. James, what do you think? Source of all the problems. Source of all the problems. Our problem. Yeah.
I thought ignorance.
Ignorance.
Negative thoughts.
Ego.
Attachment, I always said ego was like the little I.
So now the question is what we should do, what we can do. Ignorance, I said, not what he says?
Wrong values.
Yeah, wrong values, egos, attachment, anger, what we can do, what we should do. That's the question, what we should do. Anger, of course, there's set of teachings. They explain patience. So, very interesting question. Heart Sutra, the main subject is emptiness. But their translation is not that great. But there's no alternative translations for word Tongbani. Is like emptiness, kind of like a very profound subject. It's a very complicated one. They're not. First of all, I myself don't understand that very clearly, and on top of that, giving explanation to others is going to be, not easy. So that all the teaching of emptiness, why is so important? Because root or source or root of the problem. So, according to Buddhism, root is ignorance. Sometimes called fundamental confusions, ignorance. When we say I am not happy, so I've been treated unfairly, I'm that and all that. So then that I. So many research has been done, so many books have been written about that. Who is complaining? Who is complaining? I. Does that I has beginning or end? Two questions. And how you define? That's the core. That's the most important thing. How you define? So you can go through my eye, my head, my face, my hand, my leg, my tummy. You can go through. Any of this is I or not. So then what is I? What is self? Chinang chi, external things that we see, like shape, color, smell, taste, tactile, sound, everything that we see, and we get stress, or we get anxiety, we get pleasures, we get all kinds of things based on those 5 objects. We get all kinds of things, mixed things, pleasure, pleasant, unpleasant, all kinds of things based on shape and color, smell, taste, tactile, color, sound. We all get all kinds of things. Chinang, so that's external, chi external object. Nang, internal. Chönam is all the phenomena, internal phenomena, external phenomena. Gyuma, like illusions. Does it make sense? It's not solid as we think. It's illusions. It is like, not illusion, it is like illusions. It is like dream. It is like echo. It is like mirage. Mirage, sand and the heat create mirage. Even though it looks like water, it's not water. It's just hallucinations. Basically, Chinachona, Jumamelam, the Tame Chona, Dazu Tame Chona, Tame Cho, clear lakes. That probably refers to nature of mind. Nature of mind is considered as a clear lake. Chinachona, Jumamelam, the Tame Chona, Dazu Chishin Dazu. It reflects. Everything reflects on that. Everything reflects on that. That reflection looks exactly like moon. For example, moon reflects the clear lake. It looks like moon, but it's not moon. Everything reflects on the clear lake, which is the nature of mind. It reflects on our mind. It looks solid, absolute, inherent, absolutely evil. There's no such a thing called absolute evil. It's just label. So then on top of that, 99% is projected. 1% probably is there, but 99% is projected. Chinachona, Jumamela, the Tanyachona, Dazu. Jijin to Nangyang. That's what we see. We see looks these are looks exactly like moon, but it's not moon. But that's what it looks like. Naya, but it looks like that, but it's not. You made in this job, change your laws. Like then asking, asking the please bless me to able to see that. Bless me to able to see that. So that's nothing serious. We just made it up. There's nothing serious. We just made it up. So the baby, when they see things, there's nothing serious. It's just see. There's nothing really serious. So they will become so sophisticated, so educated. Then we level. Then everything becomes so, serious. Then top of that, we become so serious. So we forgot how to smile. And Chinachona, Jume Tingzi means concentration like illusions. Concentration like illusions. Jume Tingzi. It looks exactly like that, but it's not. So therefore it's very, very important to look at the things from the holistic view, not just one narrow-minded, just this is absolute evil. Just back up a little bit and look at from holistic view. Why things happen, why this is happening. There's so many different reasons why things are happening. So, it looks absolute, but it's not absolute. It's just relative. It's interdependent. It's not absolute. But mind, that's our perceptions. There's not absolute good. One person is good, one person is not good. Who's true? Who's right? Who is right? Because the one object can be good and bad both. These are contradictions. Who's right? It's all perceptions, but we don't think like that. It's all perceptions. When you think about like that, then good and bad is like illusions. It's just cold. It's just cold. Somebody cold. Tibetan butter tea is delicious. For some people, it's like yagi. Who's right? Tibetan or American? Who's right? Hard to say. Like illusion. Chili pepper. Some people really enjoy it. It has to be hot, hottest the best. And some people is just suffering. Who's right? Who's wrong? Hard to say. Perception. Therefore, everything's like illusions. You just So now the difference between person who has deeper understanding of emptiness and person who does not have any understanding of emptiness, difference between that is like musician and the audience. Musicians, not here, I don't know, like here you do have musicians, but ancient times, the musicians is based on some kind of they probably know some mantra they do, so then they kind of change the environment, so they probably decide, okay, maybe 1 mile or 2 miles, whoever walks in, their eyes all the trick. So what they do, they use piece of wood and piece of stone. They created elephant. What it is, just piece of wood. Audience, what do you see? You see elephants. What magicians see? Elephant. Different magician don't believe what he sees. Audience, you believe what you see. And all kind of emotions rise like that. People who see emptiness, they see like us, everything. But at the same time, they see it like illusions. There's nothing serious. But we don't just see, we see them very serious. It's like that, right from the beginning, naturally, right from the beginning, nothing is solid or serious. But we label and our perceptions, but we don't analyze. And when we get so upset, we don't analyze who is upsetting. We don't analyze. Then we don't get benefit. That's why the reciting Heart Sutra is very powerful, because emptiness is, it's like the thinking about emptiness, meditating on emptiness is the cutting the root of all the problems, not knowing how self exists. So then based on that, then everything builds up. Based on that, it's just hallucinations. So I'm so happy we don't analyze. We don't analyze. We just go with it. Go with that. We don't analyze. Especially when you get upset, I'm so angry. We don't analyze. We, including myself, we don't analyze. So therefore, this Heart Sutra is very powerful. So because of the subject, it is emptiness. Because of that. So emptiness does not mean nothingness. It means something very profound we don't know. Doesn't mean nothingness. It means something very profound. So scientists, particularly quantum science, when they analyze matters, so their conclusion, nothing now exists. So that's called nihilism. So right there, Nagarjuna theory of emptiness starts. No, something exists. It's not nothing exists, something exists. Doesn't exist the way we think, way we perceive, but something exists. That's called true truth. Conventional truth, ultimate truth. These are just conventional. It's not ultimate. Ultimate truth, conventional truth, true truth. Makes sense? True truth. to ultimate to consummation of truth. Oh, just like two wings. So, so then from there, four noble truth, then 12 rings, then goes on and on, like that. Oh. So that's the second one. So now only 9 minutes left. So the last one, this is a very important one. So how to deal with persistent self-hatred and negative thought. So that word, self-hatred. When His Holiness first heard this word, he was shocked. He heard this word in the West, not in Asia, in the West. So, what is caused this kind of mindset? Caused by what? Just set aside the negative thought, the self-hatred. Something to do with the culture or traditions? Don't know. So, as I said probably 1,000 times, samsara. Samsara, cyclic existence. Samsara. Very important to read. What is samsara? Samsara is not a place. It's like cycles. There, nothing is perfect. Nothing. Doesn't matter millionaire, billionaire, or like professor, educated engineer, rocket scientist. Nothing is perfect. President, all the way to newborn child. Nothing is perfect. Need to understand that very clearly. Nothing is perfect. Everybody has problems. Everybody, including myself. Everybody has problems. All kinds of problems. So, I wish I would be happy all the time. That's not going to happen. Sorry, my friend, that's not going to happen. But it will happen if you put effort. You could liberate. You could liberate yourself. There's a thing called liberations. Enlightenment, you could liberate yourself. That's the way out. But is that easy? It's not easy. It's not easy. No pain, no gain. That's not easy. So, need to be practical. Need to be practical. Need to be practical. Need to understand, I get headache because I have head. If you don't have head, you don't get headache. So there's nothing much to blame. So if your head is metal or solid metal, you'll never get headache. It's not like that. Foundation is there, whether we like or not. Yeah, you get old, you die. Yeah, that's part of the life. There's nothing much you can do. Self-hatred. So nobody's perfect. Everybody has tons of problems. Everybody's trying very hard to be happy, to be healthy, but still, there's a lot of problems. So self-hatred. So then, from emptiness point of view, everything is like illusions. There's no absolute beauty, absolute ugly, absolute good, absolute not good. It's all perceptions. It's all our perceptions. And here in America, if you are like heavy, big, then it's not considered as good. In India, people are trying very hard to become big. So the monks, when I invited them, like maybe not 10 years ago, so they're drinking a lot of Coke and Pepsi every day. So they're trying to gain weight. So then when they go back, then people will say, "Oh, you had a wonderful time." So it's all perceptions. Like look at the pen. What's called pen that you wear? Pants. Pants. Long time ago, big mouth, like this. Oh, looks so fashion. Now somebody wear how it looks. No. Now you wear this big one. How it looks like? Does it look fashionable? it used to be very, people are dying for that, to get one to wear. So now, nobody wants. Perceptions, change, perceptions. So all these women dressed like peacock, all of them, like now, who wears? Nobody wears. Change perceptions. That's what I call is perception. It's not from its own side. It's just people just label. People just label. You know, it's no longer cool. Cool. No longer cool. So now, what do you say? Please say something about self-hatred. Caused by what? Nobody, including myself, none of us perfect. None of us perfect. We get angry. We curse. We say things. No, so. What do you do? Like 5 steps backward, 2 steps forward. That's good. At least we are moving forward. So we do what we can do, and certain things we can't do. What we can do, there's nothing we can do. So we need to be practical. So please, say something. Say so. This is question for. This is very heavy questions. So and yeah. Also.
One of the things I think people struggle with self-hatred. It's a problem of identity, and it's a long conversation. But we talk about ego and we talk about identity. But we're, as conditioned people, we are convinced that I am this body and I am this mind and I have these desires and I want to fulfill that. That's the plan of the conditioned person. Is I have these desires and I'm going to fulfill those desires. And as long as we think that that's all we are, that doesn't serve our higher purpose. And so we remain conditioned. And so that's not entirely wrong to be upset with that kind of identity, with that kind of ego. But we feel very frustrated in that. But if we realize, if we try to understand that we have a higher purpose, that we have a higher inner life, and that there are higher beings that have a purpose for that life, then we see ourselves like they see us. If we think, well, my guru, he has a plan for my life, then he sees something in me that I don't see. The Lord has a plan for me, something I don't see, and they value us in a way that we don't value ourselves. So if we see ourselves from their perspective, and we see I have a chance to become a transcendental person, I have a chance to become a person that can help other people, and I can see the world not in illusion, but I see the world in a way that's reality, then I'll be able to help other people. If we make our identity, if we remember that side of our identity, even intellectually, emotionally, maybe we do feel upset with ourselves. Maybe emotionally we hate ourselves. But at least intellectually we can remember, and we try to make it our identity, that I have a higher thing that I'm going to grow into. And that will happen by somebody else's grace. That will happen by my effort and someone else's grace. Those things will come together, and I'll become that. And then that thing that's going to be a really good thing. There's no reason to hate ourselves, because we judge ourselves about what we're going by our future. Don't judge ourselves by our past. Don't judge ourselves by our present. We should be generous with others and generous with ourselves, and then we don't have to be upset with ourselves.
Very good. Very good. Yeah, the lady on there. Yeah.
I think it's important to try to view ourselves the way we see somebody that we love, whether it's like a close family member or a friend. You see all of the parts of that person, you know them really well, but you also see the parts you think might be negative, but you don't hate the person because you see those parts. You can acknowledge they're there, but you just know that's part of the person, and I think it's important to try to see yourself in the same way.
Oh, very good, wonderful, yeah.
I've been sitting here. Is this on? Okay. I've been sitting here for a while thinking of selfishness, and some of what I have wanted to say has already been said, but touching on it more, I believe that the less we know ourselves, the more selfish we are, seeking purpose in whatever without coming to a realization of our true identities. And I believe that in order to do that requires being willing to really look at ourselves intrinsically, can't pronounce the word, but in depth. And sometimes we don't do that because of fear. We fear what we might see or what we might think or feel, whatever. And I think as we become more open to helping each other build upon our strengths and our true selves, the less selfish we become, and the more we want to be able to help others, the more we want to be able to do good, the more we want to improve ourselves. And we can do so without fear and without the feeling of selfishness. And I just think it's really important to understand ourselves. And for myself, this is something I've been struggling with for many years. And more recently, I've been becoming more aware of who I really am. Notwithstanding, I still have a ways to go, but the more aware I become, the more at peace I become with myself. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. We've got one second. The person who is asking this question, if you are experiencing that and I sympathize with you, then I, based on your question, every day I say prayer, so then I dedicate it for all the people who come to Kadamba Center, not just that, whoever is struggling with physically problem, mental problem, I pray for them every single day. I pray, whatever prayer I said, I dedicate it for that. So that's practically, like as a friend, that's what we can do practically. So, and I think there's one important thing. If you are a believer, whoever asking this question, if you are a believer, you believe probably in something. So in my case, as a Buddhist, I believe in Buddha. I believe in Shakyamuni Buddha. So then I believe what he says, all his teachings. I have great respect towards Buddha based on his teaching, particularly on teaching of emptiness. And I admire, I have great respect. So then I truly believe, if I put effort, if I see emptiness, I will be liberated. I have faith in that. But I'm lazy. So still that's why I'm still not liberated. And I truly believe if I put effort into this teaching, particularly emptiness teaching, I could liberate. And I could see, or if somebody put effort, you could see emptiness, but even though it's so difficult to see, but you could make progress. If I think the exactly way they explain, I think, then I will be liberated. So then that Buddha also said, so actor, and actions need to be separated. So if you believe your action and yourself is same, there's not much hope. So what do you call, from Buddhist point of view, what do you call Buddha nature? Everybody we possess. I'm not just saying that this make you happy, but that's the truth. Buddha nature, true nature, pure. True nature of mind is pure. It's like clear sky. It's cloud, temporarily, a lot of cloud there, but it's not inseparable with the sky. So it's same, a lot of cloud. It's like diamond buried under the ground, but there's so much in order to see the diamond, there's so much dirt to clean. But diamond itself, even though it's under the dirt, it is not dirt. It's not part of dirt. It's diamond. When it's break, it's diamond. it's never going to be no diamond. It's a diamond. So like pure true nature of mind is like that. Doji palam. In Tibet it's called doji palam, diamond. It's like cover. It's covered. Something very so valuable covered by a dirty cloth. But when you're able to unveil, and there is something that's precious. It's like that. So action and actor need to be separated. Tuba, Buddha. Tube nimo ta seji, nimo tande kansa means. Enlightened being sees afflicted mind as a problem, not the person. Afflicted mind, that's the problem, not the person. Person can become enlightened, regardless, man, woman, Tibetan, American, everybody has potential to become enlightened. So that needs to be understood. So what he says, like we don't see things from their point of view. Their point of view, this is called precious human life. I'm not just making this up. This has been said, repeatedly said, hundreds of years ago, repeatedly said. This is like boat, vessels, capable to cross. The oceans refers to all the problems. This is boat capable to cross. You can't just sit around not to sail. It's time to sail. It's time to sail. Sail across the oceans. Mi tula tenene dunga chuo chiletos. Tuni chini nye gaves. You may not find that boat. This boat is not easy to find. Once you have this boat, time to sail. Time to sail. Shantideva said. In the Guide to Buddhist Way of Life. So that text has been composed around 8th century, many centuries ago. We are 21st century, many centuries ago. So, as so there's many been said many things, so like meaningful, so difficult to find, so precious. Do you believe that? What do you think? The text is said repeatedly. That's what people should think. Precious human life. Precious. Not like something, like something to hate. And when you remember something that you did something wrong, what do? You purify them. You don't just sit around and feel bad. You purify them. You can turn this prayer wheel outside with, altruistic intention. You turn that prayer wheel. As the Shantideva dedication was the last one, the stanza. No, not that one. The wherever all the beings, they say,
May all beings everywhere plagued by sufferings of body and mind.
That one, yeah.
May all beings everywhere plagued by sufferings of body and mind obtain an ocean of happiness and joy by virtue of our merits.
So then recite that, turn the prayer wheel, go around the stupa. That's how you purify. Not just you, everywhere. People are struggling physically, mentally, much, 1,000 times worse than you. Like fighting with addictions. Can you imagine that? And there's so many what you call mental problems, like I say, ADT, so what do you call this? Then what else? There's many like the can't get rid of a thought that comes again, like just hearing that, so you don't have that. Just when you hear something like that, that's really practical. There's nothing much you can do, but there are many people like that. It's all relatives, People in Haiti, they're eating dirt cookie. Can you imagine that? Make cookie out of dirt. Put maybe some sugar or something. That's what they're eating. Here, what you eat, like when you go to every supermarket, tons of food. everything relative, everything relative, everything's relative. So there's so much to be grateful, and at the same time, if you could make your life miserable quite easily. You can make your life miserable quite easily, even though you live in one of the richest countries in America. You could still make your life miserable. So, could be obstacles. Could be obstacles. How to say? I don't know. In that case, then recite, Heart Sutra and Heart Sutra mantra. Then do 3 claps and do some practice. So, it's very, very strong word. Self-hatred. That's really strong, heavy word. It's very heavy. It's not something like light. It's very heavy. Like if you say, "Oh, I don't like myself," that doesn't last very long. Doesn't last very long. But self-hatred, that's like deep down. So, and please, whenever you get time, then group and discuss, like maybe something to do with the culture or traditions, or something to do with your belief, or I don't know. But according to Buddhism, there's not such a thing called like innate bad, innate evil. No, not everybody has Buddha natures. Everybody has Buddha natures. So I will pray, and and like my suggestions, not order, not my order. My suggestions could be obstacles. So then, if there's obstacles, then you recite Heart Sutra. Then think about a little bit about emptiness, and read, and think about what I said. Everything is like illusions. Nothing is serious. We just made it up. So, oh yeah. So with that, so now 12 time is way past. So thank you very much. All your comments. So then please put more questions. Okay. Oh, thank you. Dedication.
So in the Go Prayer book, please turn to page 246, and we'll read the dedication prayer. And this is from Master Shantideva's Guide to Bodhisattva's Way of Life. And it's on the back of the Kadamba Center prayers sheet if you have the white binder. 246. May all beings everywhere, plagued by sufferings of body and mind, obtain a notion of happiness and joy by virtue of our merits. May no living creature suffer, commit evil, or ever fall ill. May no one be afraid or belittled with a mind weighed down by depression. May the blind see forms and the deaf hear sounds. May those whose bodies are worn with toil be restored on finding repose. May the naked find clothing, the hungry find food. May the thirsty find water and delicious drinks. May the poor find wealth, those weak with sorrow find joy. May the forlorn find hope, constant happiness and prosperity. May there be timely rains and bountiful harvests. May all medicines be effective and wholesome prayers bear fruit. May all who are sick and ill quickly be freed from their ailments. Whatever diseases there are in the world, may they never occur again. May the frightened cease to be afraid, and those bound be free. May the powerless find power, and may people think of benefiting each other. For as long as space remains, for as long as sentient beings remain, until then may I too remain, to dispel the miseries of the world. Om Tare Tu Re Soha. 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 Om Tare Tu Re Soha.
So just a couple of really quick announcements. Today is a day if you're interested in becoming a member, that we have membership orientation, and Jill will be leading that. Jill, will that be here in the Gampa or? Okay. So if you just want to stick around and gather in the back of the Gampa, she will help you out with that, and you can learn all about it and sign up as a member. Also, I wanted to let you know about a great opportunity. We have a book that was somebody had provided at the Light of the Path retreat, and we have it here now. This is a copy of the Vajrakutta Sutra that is in large type that can be traced over. So we have it out on the little table out in the front. Actually, it's just been out for a few days and it's almost filled up, but I think we're going to get some more. So if you wanted to do that, it's just beneficial to, it's kind of meditative to do, and you're in the, there's a little explanation out there, but you're in the process of repeating the words of the Buddha, which is very beneficial, and it creates the cause to become a teacher yourself. So we'll have that out there, and that's on the little table just past the large conference table. Vivian has something, and then Hemant.
Good morning. I am talking to you today about the children's program. About almost 6 years ago, I came here with my 3-year-old daughter, and I came for time for me, and it was an hour a week I could get to myself with her being taken care of. But it was also lovely because she was getting the teachings, and teachings early. And so her life will be dramatically changed because of what she's receiving here. So I'm asking you to consider, whether you have children here or not, to give time, maybe once a month, just to volunteer and help guide the children in the children's program. We have like a room parent for every level. There's the pre-K, which is just hanging out with a bunch of lovely little ones. And they need like a room parent, like a volunteer to kind of corral all of the volunteers for that level. We have the early elementary, and then we have the later second grade through fourth graders. They have a leader, but we need a leader for high school. And that's basically just helping organize the people who are volunteering on that level. And if you're interested, please see Christy or come talk to me. And then we are also organized. There's a Remind app. I don't know if anyone's familiar with that, but it's just a nice way that you can kind of text each other and know what's going on. And we're a lovely group. We hang out, we talk. The parent group that we meet on, I think it's the third Friday of every month, we come and talk. And these are real conversations. We come and we really talk about what matters, what's really important, and heartfelt when we raise our children, because it's a big job and no one can do it alone. And so for me and my family, this is our village. And I think I see, parents that I've, kind of walked alongside of in raising our children here together. And you are our village. So please be part of our village and consider volunteering.
And now I think Hemant has some words of wisdom.
I have no wisdom right now. My name is Hemant, as Donna just mentioned. And for the last few weeks, we've heard about the growing success of our annual appeal. And so I'd like to share why I give to Kadampa Center. So I'll start by saying that I'm very thankful and privileged that my karma has led to Kadampa Center for many reasons. One being that we receive such authentic teachings from our precious Geshe Sangpo, our venerables, and not to forget all the teachers that teach various programs. So I'm extremely thankful for that. Another thing that comes to my mind is that as a member of board of directors at Kadampa Center for several years, I have seen personally how money is efficiently spent for the center. So besides paying the mortgage and paying the electricity and water, you see this beautiful deity or statue of Lama Tisha. You see these beautiful Tara statues. You see the beautiful stupa, all to benefit us. Okay? It's not just there to be there for no reason. It's to benefit us. So I'm very thankful for that. I'm very thankful for all the volunteers at Kadampa Center. It's mind-blowing if you were to see behind the scene all the work that goes on. Somebody maintains the property. Somebody goes around the stupa and cleans it up. Somebody does the bathroom. Gary's sitting right here, right? So, and somebody's organizing some things. You look at Dana, so many programs, teachers coming. There's so much work that goes on. And so I'm very thankful for them. And what kind of mindset is that? What a positive mindset that they just volunteer their time and effort. So I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful personally for meeting many Dharma friends, brothers and sisters, because I have personally grown from it and learned so many things from them. So I'm very thankful for them. On the personal side, Patty and I have been coming here for several years now, and I've seen such a personal transformation or spiritual growth in our own lives. I've experienced it, you know. So I'm I don't have, so I can go on and on for why I'm so thankful and why I give. And so I want this place to flourish, to grow, and hopefully you guys who have not met, you will meet your teachers here. It is ultimately leads towards your own liberation. So this is a very fortunate times that we are here. This is for me personally very fortunate. So I want to thank you for your ongoing support so that the Kadampa Center can flourish. And with that, we have some good news, and that is we are getting very close to meeting our goals, the appeal goals, and we have a new challenge. And I will allow Jill, our center manager, to actually tell you the numbers. So thank you.
Thank you, Hemant. Now you know why I ask him to speak. He's always so moving. So I thought I would just give you some stats today because we're getting close to the end. So it's over January 31st, so you won't have us coming up here and entertaining you very much longer. So now we have a total of 191 supporters that give monthly or one time. Isn't that great? So people that we know we can count on. That doesn't even count all of the funds that show up in boxes and for all the different ways we give. But we have 191 people that we literally know they've chosen to support in this way. So for the stats, for the monthly supporters, we have 15 new already, which I think is amazing. 15 new people have signed on to give monthly. Applause. And 28 people that give already have increased this year. 28 people have increased their giving, mostly by 26%, which is what we asked for. So thank you. You know who you are. The one-time supporters, people who just give money one time annually, they still give to in other ways, like to pujas and things. But the one-time annual appeal gifts, 30 new people have given one time. I think that's pretty cool. And 18 of those people that gave last year have increased their gift. Yes. So that's really good stuff. So it looks like this is a lofty goal we've had this year, 177,000. We've never tried to raise that much, and it was when you said you were doing it one year. It was what, 50,000? We were scared to set that. They were terrified at 50,000. So, who wants to do the drum roll? How far away we are? Oh, good. You guys are getting used to this. We used to get one person that would do a drum roll. It looks like we're $14,000 away from our goal. Yeah, it's quite shocking. So, wow, this is exciting. So let's see if we can get there, because if we don't get there, it's the budget. So we have to get there somehow. And it's already 18, right? Yeah. So we will still have to fundraise somehow. So if we can get there now, it's just like we can focus more on the Dharma, which is why we're trying to, just push this through. So what is the next challenge coming? Who knows what it is? She knows. What would be the challenge we do at the end of every appeal to get you people who haven't given yet, who put things off? Oh, come on. You guys know what it is. Procrastinator's pledge. So what's so cute is that many people know that we do this. So now I hear people saying, I'm waiting for the procrastinator's pledge. And they don't want to tell me what they're going to give yet. I call them up. So I call a few people here and there and say, hey, you guys good for next year or this year now? And they're like, well, I'm waiting. So if we didn't have this, I don't know what they would do. So we have to have it now. So we had the new member pledge and the unprecedented pledge, which is, we've had many pledges. So now the last one is just to rope everybody into it and get everybody on board to join the journey. So now that we've heard some people waiting, we're going to start it today, and you have only until January 31st. And then your money is doubled. So we've had another group of people, which even this is amazing. So this group of people have given $2,000 to say, okay, you guys need to raise $4,000. So if we at least raise $4,000, we get that too. If we don't raise that, we don't get it. So and we make it honest here. We never say, yeah, they'll probably give anyway. It's on the table. So we're looking for $4,000 more, whether it's in monthly gifts, so you sign on to give $25 a month or $2,000 a month. We'll accept that. And we'll get there quickly. So that's on the table right now. So the Procrastinators Pledge is going on. If you use this pledge form, I mean, it will count. I'll know it's procrastinators, but you can just write on it. So this pledge form is up front. You'll see them all over the place. And then what else do we have? David is going to be, David, you're right. Where is David? Oh, he's probably out in the lobby. So he's out there waiting for you. Right, David? So he's sitting at the computer by the conference table. So if you kind of go, I just don't understand this system, or I don't know how to sign on, or have I signed on before, he'll help you do that. And everybody gets to see the mug every week. So this is what you get if you give $2,000 a month, or you give $5 a month. You get a mug. And it's got a beautiful quote: "The present is that elusive moment between what no longer exists and what has not yet happened." So we thought this would be nice every morning if you were using this. They're out in the lobby. So who has received their mug? Who's taken their mug home already? Okay, that's a handful, but we have a lot left. So if you give even $5, not even monthly, if you just want to give towards the appeal, you get a mug. So we want you to know that they're not for sale, they're for a gift. And then, so Miranda has said that, yeah, thank you, sorry about that, that she will hand these out. So if you're new or you've never received one in the mail, raise your hand and she will hand you one. And that's everything. Thank you very much, and I'll be in the back in a few minutes for the new member orientation.